And welcome to the Rick Tennis Center on the campus of Rhode Island College for the semifinal match between the number 5 ranked Bridgewater State University Bears and the number 1 top seed Rhode Island College Anchorwomen here in the 2019 Little East Conference Women's Tennis Championship. Hello again, Scott Gibbons. Glad you're tuning in on Little East TV via the Stretch Internet Network as we have our camera here perched above the Rick Tennis Center. I'll kind of run through, as doubles are underway right now, I'll kind of run through the lineups momentarily, who's doing what, and we'll keep you updated just to kind of let you know how we're going to go here. We'll kind of move the camera around throughout the day, kind of put it on certain courts for a little bit. Right now we've got it focused on the court number 1, which is the number 1 doubles match. But before we get through that and get to some of the current scores, as we're just got underway a little while ago, Rhode Island College comes in 13-1 overall. Head coach Adam Springs Club 9-0 in the Little East Conference, capturing the program's 5th straight Little East regular season championship. The Bears are 7-8 overall. They finished the regular season 5-4 in the Little East. They actually went on the road and defeated the 4th-ranked Lancers from Worcester State on Tuesday 5-2 to get to this point. The two teams did play once during the regular season. That was back on September 21st at Bridgewater State. Rhode Island College picked up a 9-0 win in that match. The lineup's a little different for Rhode Island College since then, but we can kind of go from there. But let's kind of run through doubles right now before we get going into singles, which will be after this. The doubles right here on court number 1. So we'll have the camera on court number 1. For Rhode Island College, it's Jenna LEC and Laurel Ten Eyck. They're wearing the home white uniforms, and they're going up against Bridgewater State, which is in the Rhode red. That is Sailor Nordstrom and Vanessa Rosa for Bridgewater State. Moving over to court number 2, you can see in the whites for Rhode Island College, it will be Grace Zangari and Haley Raskob. Raskob was the most outstanding player of the 2018 Little East Championship. They're squared off against Olivia Sweeney and Emma Mills from Bridgewater State. Moving down on the court 3 for Rhode Island College, that's Michaela Burr and Emily Ortisario going up against Rachel Tarantino and Angelique Gray. All RIC players are in the white, Bridgewater State in the Rhode red. We'll get you some scores right now here on court 1, Rhode Island College. LEC and Ten Eyck hold a 3-0 lead over Nordstrom and Rosa. On court number 2, Raskob and Zangari are up 2-0 on Sweeney and Mills. And I'll check down for court 3. Last check, Rhode Island College's Michaela Burr and Emily Ortisario are up 3-0 over Rachel Tarantino and Angelique Gray. Singles will be coming up after this. I'll run through the lineup real quick. At number 1 singles, it'll be Jenna LEC against Sailor Nordstrom. Number 2 singles will be Michaela Burr against Olivia Sweeney. Grace Zangari will be against Emma Mills at 3rd singles. At 4th singles, Haley Raskob against Vanessa Rosa. At 5th singles, it'll be Victoria Vettori against Rachel Tarantino. And at 6th singles, it'll be Clara Sigmund against Angelique Gray. So we're currently in doubles right now, moving along at a pretty brisk pace. We started a little early today here. The championship match of the Little East Championship will be held on Sunday at 1 o'clock. UMass Boston, the 2nd seed, already secured a victory as they were able to defeat Plymouth State, a close match, 5-4 yesterday. That match was played indoors. So UMass Boston awaits the winner here. Should Bridgewater State score the upset over RIC, UMass Boston will host the finals on Sunday. If the Anchorwomen win, they will host the Beacons here on Sunday at 1 o'clock. So that's where we stand right now as we're going throughout the action. So basically, I'll jump off the air. I'll come on, give you some score updates as we go. One thing to pay attention to, this is the first to 5. So certainly if you're able to secure 3 doubles wins, it certainly sets it up for the match to end quickly. We'll see how that goes. Rhode Island College currently holding leads on all 3 of the courts, 3-0 at court number 1. 2-0 on court number 2, and 3-0 on court 3. That's where we stand. So I'll take a quick break. I'll come back on in a little while as you're watching the semifinals of the 2019 Little East Women's Tennis Championship here on Little East TV and the Stretch Internet Network. I'm Scott Gibbons. Glad you're tuning in. Post-match will be a recap, obviously, statistics on GoAnchormen.com, as on BSUBears.com, and, of course, Little East Tournament Central. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be back shortly here. You're watching Little East Tennis Championship action here at Rhode Island College. Scott Gibbons back here with a score update for you as you're watching the semifinals of the Little East Championship for women's tennis. Glad we could bring it to you. So let's give you some updated scores. Currently on court 1, Rhode Island College still holding a 3-0 lead, so we'll have the camera there for 1 second on court 1. And moving on to court number 2, that is also a 3-0 for Rhode Island College. The match that is closest to being finished is down on court 3, as we'll go down there. That is 5-0 in Rhode Island College's favor, so only 1 point so far for the Bears here in the early going. So it looks like the combination of Clara Sigmund and Emily Ortisario for the Anchorwomen are well on their way. They just need 3 more points to secure a victory over there. Obviously, number 1 doubles. I was taking a quick look while I was off the air at some of the different the matchups the last time these two teams plays. Sigmund and Ortisario did pick up an 8-3 win, but that was against Sweeney and Rosa. And Zangari and Raskov won 8-1 against Gray and Tarantino. Now, obviously, a couple of those pairings have changed here today. At number 1, obviously, Casey Burns no longer with the Anchorwomen. She was paired with Jenna Lisi, and she faced Taylor Nordstrom and Emma Mills. So Bridgewater State has tinkered with the lineup a little bit, as have the Anchorwomen. Laurel Ten Eyck was out of action with an injury at that point, or an illness, I should say. She's back. Glad to have her back on the court. And why don't we just run through some of the records right now we're going, just so I kind of give you an update on the doubles pairing of Ten Eyck and Lisi. Don't believe they've actually played. They only played 3 matches together. They are 2-1 on the season. Zangari and Raskov are 3-0 on the season, and then Ortisario and Sigmund. I'm not sure if they've actually played together too much on the season. Just checking, Rhode Island College used a ton of doubles combinations on the season. I believe there's 16 total on the season of those pairings of different matchups, which is that's a big change for a lot of teams. And taking a look at Bridgewater State statistics, the team of Nordstrom and Rosa, they are 0-3 at number 1 singles on the season, so that's where they stand. Sweeney and Mills on the year. We'll see where they've combinationed at all. They are 3-0 at number 2 singles, and the combination of Tarantino and Gray over on court number 3, they're a total of 8-8, and most of those matches have come at number 2 doubles. They are 3-0 at number 3 doubles, where they're at here currently today. So taking a look down at court 1, updating the scores, Rhode Island College is now 4-1 advantage for the Anchorwomen, as both Lisi and Ten Eyck are up there. Court 2, Bridgewater State's picked up a couple points there as the Anchorwomen have surrendered 2 points to the Bears. It is now a 3-2 lead for Zangari and Raskov. Down on court 3 still remains, looks like it is 5-0 in the Anchorwomen's favor down there. So Rick in the lead in all 3 matches as we continue to go. Now, singles will be coming up after a short break after we complete doubles. We do have 6 courts here at the Rick Tennis Center. You're looking at courts 1, 2, and 3. Obviously, 4, 5, and 6 are down the other end. So we'll try to zoom in and get where we're at. And obviously, the big thing for us is Matt Degnan working real hard today down at court level, giving us score updates as we go, as courts 4, 5, and 6, very tough to see those score markers on the netting. So he'll be giving us scoring. We'll kind of focus in once we think a match is going to be we close it out, be almost finished or whatever. We'll kind of put the camera on that, especially as we get closer towards the end. So we'll take another quick break here, bring you a score update coming along here shortly, and we'll continue to move the camera around from each of the different courts here. Currently, the one match closest to being finished is down on court number 3. So we'll take a break. We'll be back shortly. Scott Gibbons back here at the Rick Tennis Center. Obviously, if you're just tuning in, we'll kind of recap who's where and what the scores are right now. But we'll be kind of jumping in as we go here. I know there won't be too much crowd noise coming out. Very windy up here. We did experiment with having like a little bit of a crowd mic so you could hear a little bit of what's going on in the yelling, obviously the cheering and stuff along those lines. But unfortunately, the wind here is very bad, and you just get a lot of distortion. Updated score coming up from court number 2, which is Grace Zangari and Haley Raskob against Olivia Sweeney and Emma Mills. The Rick tandem of Zangari and Raskob are up 5-2 right now. And a good crowd here. You know, we pan around. Obviously, this is a great location for tennis here on campus. A lot of people walking by, get to see the tennis team. The Anchorwomen continue to dominate the Little East Conference. 5 straight seasons with at least a share of the Little East Conference championship. And another undefeated season for head coach Adam Spring's team. The only blemish on Rhode Island College's record came against Division II Franklin Pierce. It came several weeks ago. It's currently 5-2 at court number 1, obviously the easiest one, closest to our broadcast location, which is we go down there. You can see probably Coach Adam Spring just having a little chat with both freshman Jenna Lisi. 3 times this season, Lisi has been named the Little East Player of the Week, 4 times the league's Rookie of the Week, and going up against pairing with Laurel Ten Eyck, holding that 5-2 advantage over Nordstrom and Rosa. You know, there's officials on each court here, so that's something, you know, you don't normally see, like a lot, especially in non-conference matchups. So that kind of blocks my view of some of the scores. Zangari and Raskob are up on Sweeney and Mills at second doubles 5-2. And third doubles is the pairing of Emily Ortisario and Michaela Burr for Rhode Island College against Rachel Tarantino and Angelique Gray. If you're just joining us, Bridgewater State wearing the red uniforms with the white lettering, Rhode Island College. The white uniforms, maroon and gold, Rhode Island College. Have to be impressed with a lot of these student athletes. Most of them going with no sleeves out here. It's pretty brisk, too, very windy. So it will get colder. Unfortunately, this, you know, a lot of these matches it started at 3:30. We went at 3 today. Actually got underway a little bit earlier. But that's allowed everything to get going. Kind of taking a look farther down. Looks like Vettori and Clara Sigmund for Rick. We down on court 5, warming up. We don't need to have the camera on them, but they're loosening up for singles actions. Believe everybody, all the doubles players for Bridgewater State will be part of the top 6 in singles, so no new competitors, where the Anchorwomen add in both Sigmund and Vettori to the bottom of their lineup. And I'll get you those records once we get into singles and get things going a little more. But you really couldn't have asked for a better day here. Now, the championship will be on Sunday, as I mentioned, 1 p.m. start. Either be here or at UMass Boston, depending on how this one comes out. Both times will be a 1 p.m. start. If Rhode Island College does host, we will have the webcast, similar to exactly what we're doing here today. On the scoreboard right now, it says 0-0, obviously, as no team points awarded yet. And we'll get some scores as we get going through everything. So I will step away again briefly. I'll get you some score updates as they happen. We're pretty much halfway through the singles bouts here at the doubles matches here at the Rick Tennis Center. And I'll be back shortly. score update from court number 2. That match seems to be pretty close between Grace Angari and Haley Raskop from Rick, and Olivia Sweeney and Emma Mills from Bridgewater State. It's currently 5-4, so the Anchorwomen were on top for a while there, but the tandem has closed the gap there. We're actually going to put the camera down on court 3. That's the closest one to being finished, as right now Rhode Island College, as Emily Ordicero and Michaela Burr are up 7-2 against Rachel Tarantino and Angelique Gray. So we're going to keep the camera down there. That will be the first one probably to finish. Then we would just have 2 courts after that. So we'll kind of focus on those 2. Currently at number 1 doubles, Lisi and Tenike from Rick, still holding a 5-2 lead over Nordstrom and Rosa from Bridgewater State. So we'll step away, but court number 3 almost set to be finished between Orticerio and Burr from Rick and Tarantino from Gray. The anchor went on top 7-2 there. So as you just probably saw, Michaela Burr and Emily Orticerio have staked the Anchorwomen to a 1-0 lead, winning 8-2 at number 3 doubles right now. So that's the first match in the books. So that'll put us where we're at right now for that, and we'll get the other scores and update as we're getting closer. Scott Gibbons checking in right now. Back Rhode Island College currently 1-0 up on Bridgewater State. Down here on court 1, Rhode Island College holds a 6-3 lead. It's still 5-4 on court 2 in Rhode Island College's favor. So Rick already secured an 8-2 win at number 3 doubles. Court 1 closest for the Anchorwomen to come away with a win. Bridgewater State has closed the gap at second doubles between both Rick and the Bears. We'll take a look at the scores here, if what they may be. Looks like the Anchorwomen are now up 7-4. So Raskov and Zangari for the Anchorwomen, 1 point away from securing a win at number 2 doubles. Number 1 doubles, Rick up 6-3. So we'll kind of keep the camera focused where we're at right now, but a little more on court number 2 there, as that one's the closest to being finished. Again, Scott Gibbons, glad you're tuning in on Little East TV via the Stretch Internet Network. We'll be back shortly. So it looks like both matches are finished, and Rhode Island College will go up 3-0. So we'll update the scoreboard to say 3-0 in Rhode Island College's favor, as it looks like a 8-3 win for the Anchorwomen at court number 1, and a 8-4 win for Rhode Island College at court number 2. So obviously the courts we'll have a break. We'll come back. We'll announce the starters or who's up for singles and get going from there. We'll keep the camera where it is right now. Rhode Island College up 3-0 now. So the Anchorwomen just need 2 points out of a possible 6 singles to close this match up. First 1 to 5 wins. So I'll come back during the doubles, recap who won and the scores. Right now, Rhode Island College up 3-0 here. Thank you for tuning in. We're moving along at a good pace here from the Rick Tennis Center. All right, we're back here at the Rick Tennis Center as we're awaiting singles action as all 6 courts are in action right now as we get ready to get things started between Rick holding a 3-0 advantage over Bridgewater State. You'll hear the PA with the lineups being announced on who's on what court, but recapping what happened in doubles.
We have Bridgewater, Taylor Nordstrom versus Rick Jenna Lisi. On court 2, Bridgewater, Olivia Sweeney taking on Rick Kayla Burr. On court 3, Bridgewater, Emma Mills taking on Rick Grace Card. On court 4, Bridgewater, Vanessa Rose taking on Rick Taylor Rascal. On court 5, we have Bridgewater, Rachel Tarantino versus Rick Victoria Vettori. On court 6, we have Gray.
You just heard the starters announced for the singles. I'll recap that in a minute. But just to recap, doubles action, Rhode Island College up 3-0 at number 1 doubles. Jenna Lisi and Laurel Townight defeated Sailor Nordstrom and Vanessa Rosa 8-3. Grace Sangari and Haley Raskov defeated Olivia Sweeney and Emma Mills 8-4. And at third singles, Michaela Burr and Emily Ordacero defeated Rachel Tarantino and Angie Gray 8-2. Doubles order finish was roughly 3-1-2. I'll get that for you in a little bit. Singles matches, as you heard, Jenna Lisi going up against Sailor Nordstrom. Lisi 13-1 on the season, 7-1 at number 1 singles, 6-0 at number 2 singles. She's facing Sailor Nordstrom, who is 4-10 at number 1 singles. At number 2 singles, Michaela Burr for the Anchorwomen, who is currently 4-0 in singles matches, 1-0 at the top spot, 3-0 at number 2 singles. She's going up against Olivia Sweeney, who is 6-8 at second singles on the season. For Rick Grace Sangari, at number 3 singles, she is 8-2 on the year, 3-2 at number 2 singles, 5-0 at number 3 singles. She is opposed by Emma Mills, who is currently 9-6 at third singles on the season. At 4 singles, Haley Raskov for Rhode Island College, who is currently 13-1 on the season. Bunch of different places. She's 5-0 at third singles, 6-1 at fourth singles, and 2-0 at fifth singles. She's going up against Vanessa Rosa, who is 7-8, 6-8 at fourth singles, and 1-0 at fifth singles. At fifth singles, Victoria Vettori for Rhode Island College. She's 8-1, 4-1 at fourth singles, 6-1 at fifth singles, 2-0 at six singles, for a 12-2 record on the season. Screwed up hers a little bit there. Rachel Tarantino is 11-3 on the year. She's 1-0 at four singles, 3-0 at fifth singles, and 7-3 at six singles. Clara Sigmund for the Anchorwomen, 6-0 on the season, 5-0 at fifth singles, 1-0 at six singles. She's opposed by Angie Gray, 7-6 on the year. She's 4-6 at fifth singles and 3-0 in six singles. Currently right now, taking some of the scores on court 1, Rick is up 1-0 in this first set. Bridgewater up 1-0 on court 2. We'll get them going as we kind of get going down over the course of the match as we're underway here. Mentioned we just need 2 wins for Rhode Island College out of the 6 to advance to the finals. And Bridgewater State is going to need to take 5 of 6 singles matches. Mentioned these two teams met back on September 21st, Rhode Island College securing a 9-0 win. Lineup a little different for both teams on it. So we'll see how that goes, but the Anchorwomen in control of this one. Mentioned court 2, Bridgewater State up 1-0 here on court 1. It's 1-0. So we'll pan the camera around as we will. Rick's up 3-0. We're in singles. I'll be back shortly. Sorry for the delay, folks. Scott Gibbons jumping on. Just want to give you some of the updated scores around here for some of the different matches. We've got all 6 singles going. As you can see from the scoreboard, Rhode Island College leads 3-0. We're all in the first set of or first game, I should say, first set for each of the 6 singles matches. Here on court number 1, Rhode Island College's Jenna LEC owns a 3-0 lead over Sailor Nordstrom. On court 3, which is Grace Angari from Rick against Emma Mills from Bridgewater State, Rhode Island College is up 2-1 in the first set. Way down on court 6, which is probably the furthest away from us, Clara Sigmund from Rhode Island College holds a 2-1 lead over Angelique Gray. So once we kind of get through the first set on each match, we'll kind of have an idea which courts to focus on for potential match-clinching competitions here. So that's where we stand right now. Everybody's still in the first set. I'll come back on in a few minutes when I have some more score updates from you. We'll continue to pan around to the different courts. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in here on Lily's TV via the Stretch Internet Network. You're watching the semifinals of the Lily's Women's Tennis Championship, battle between top seed Rhode Island College and fifth seed of Bridgewater State. Give you some score updates. Rick is up 3-0. You definitely tune in to both or log on to goanchormen.com, BSU Bears, or littleeast.com and get some recaps and full box score for this one as when things get finished. But Rhode Island College up 3-0, swept all three doubles matches. Right now on court number 1, we'll move the camera just a little bit here, says Jenna LEC holds a 5-0 lead in the first set over Sailor Nordstrom. And a bunch of the other sets are going back and forth. At court 2, Bridgewater State's Olivia Sweeney is up 2-1 on Michaela Burr. And down on court 3, Bridgewater State holds a 3-1 lead. That's Emma Mills against Grace Sangari. So we'll keep you posted here. Certainly number 1 singles is the one. Looks like this one actually just got wrapped up. I think that as we kind of have the camera right down here, I think Rhode Island College probably holds a 3-0 lead here still, but well on our way to getting that 4th singles win and only cut to just 1. It looks like Jenna LEC took the first set 6-0. I'll confirm that in a little bit, but that's where we stand, and be back in a little bit to update your scores. Hey, folks, thanks for tuning in to this Little East Championship women's tennis semifinal match. Looks down here on court 2. Jenna Lisi on court 1, picked up a 6-0 win in the first set against Sailor Nordstrom. She's already up 1-0 in the second set. Believe the second set for court number 2 is 4-3 in the favor of Michaela Burr from Rick. So everybody's still in the first set. We'll have to check things on and get that update as we go. The Anchorwomen will get but certainly the one match we have that seems to be closest to being finished is here on court 1, as we got a win for the Anchorwomen for Jenna Lisi. So we'll step away. We'll be back right after this. Scott Gibbons back here with some score updates for you. Rhode Island College here on court number 1. Jenna Lisi took a 6-0 win in the first set. She's up 2-1 in the second set, so that's one to keep an eye on, as I mentioned before. Court 2 right now is up in Rhode Island College's favor, 4-3. That's Michaela Burr against Olivia Sweeney. That's still in the first set. Court 3, not sure of the score before. Bridgewater State was up 4-1 last check, so kind of thinking that perhaps that Emma Mills defeated Grace Sangari from Bridgewater State to take a 1-0 set lead in that one. On court 4 right now, Haley Raskov is up on Vanessa Rosa 3-0. On court 5, Victoria Vettori is up on Rachel Tarantino 4-3. And on court 5, that one is, on court 6, Clara Sigmund is up on Angelique Gray 5-2. Looks like that one may be in the books for the first set, perhaps a 6-2 win. So certainly, if you look here to court 1 that for Rhode Island College, that's the closest one to being finished, and perhaps down on court 6 as well. So we're endeavoring to get a more updated score on those and check it out. So we'll bring it to you as we are, and we'll try to focus in on the other matches as we get going. Rick is up 3-0 after doubles, and still no singles matches yet, as only 2 of the 6 have finished the first set. So, folks, just going to check in real quick. Looks like court 3, not really sure here, but I think, or court 4, Rhode Island College's Haley Raskov just got a win. That would put Rick up 4-0. Um, and we're going to focus down here on court number 1 a bunch. Jenna Lisi's up 4-1. She's already up 6-0. She's the closest to closing this one out. So Rhode Island College close to ending this one here, up 4-0 right now. It looks like Haley Raskov got the win at court number 4, but we'll check on that. So did call down, had a chance to confirm Haley Raskov did get the win at 4 singles for Rhode Island College. I'll get you the score if that comes up in a little bit. So Rhode Island College holds a 4-0 lead here over Bridgewater State. Down here on court 1 as we got the camera on Jenny Lisi against Sailor Nordstrom. Lisi won the first set 6-0, and she is up 4-1 here in the second set. So should she close that one out, that's the closest one to being done. On court 3, Bridgewater State's Emma Mills did defeat Grace Sangari in the first set 6-2. She's up 1-0 in the second set. On court 2, Rhode Island College won 6-3. Michaela Burrow of Olivia Sweeney. She's up 1-0 in the second set. Down on court 4, it was straight set win for Raskov 6-0, 6-0. And then on court 5, Rhode Island College's Victoria Vettori beat Rachel Tarantino 6-3. They're currently in the second set. And then on court 6, it was a 6-3 win for Clara Sigmund over Angie Gray to hold a 1-0 lead. So the closest match to being finished is down here on court 1, so we'll keep the camera on there. Should the Anchorwomen get a win there or anywhere else, we'll move the camera and go from there. So down here on court 1, as you can see, Jenna LEC holding a 5-2 lead. She won the first set 6-0, so we'll keep on that. Should she win that one, it'll finalize the match for Rhode Island College. Haley Raskov winning 6-0, 6-0 against Vanessa Rosa. So we're getting some other scores in, but we'll wait on those as LEC looking to finish off the match for Bridgewater State. Should Rhode Island College hold on and win, we'll have this one championship match for you, Rick, against second-seeded UMass Boston at 1 o'clock on Sunday. We'll have it on GoAnchormen.com. As well as be sure to tune in to Little East. I shouldn't say GoAnchormen.com. It will be on there, but also on UMass Boston's website. And, of course, Little East Tournament Central for women's tennis. That time of year. Encourage you to look on the websites for the recap of the match. Rhode Island College had wins at number 1 doubles, LEC and Ten Eyck, 1-8-3. And it looks like that'll do it. Jenna LEC just won 6-2 here in set 2. They're taking the first one 6-0. Rhode Island College wins 5-0 here. So we'll wrap things up here. Rhode Island College gets the win. Mentioned LEC and Ten Eyck beat Nordstrom and Rosa 8-3 at number 1 doubles. At number 2 doubles, Zangari and Raskov defeated Sweeney and Mills 8-4. Burr and Ortiacero for the Anchorwomen defeated Tarantino and Gray from Bridgewater State 8-2. And it's going to be a 6-0, 6-2 win for LEC over Nordstrom at number 1 singles, and a 6-0, 6-0 sweep for Haley Raskov at number 4 singles over her opponent, Vanessa Rosa. So we'll close things down here momentarily from the Rick Tennis Center. The championship match will be on Sunday, 1 p.m. between Rick and second seed UMass Boston. Thank you for watching, everyone.